Hold on one second, y'all. I'm gonna send out my shares. Happy Friday to everybody. Welcome in. I hope you are having a great day today. If you are new here and do not know who I am, hi, my name is Kendra. I am a plant-based lifestyle strategist. I'm here to support you in understanding exactly what is going on with not only our health industry and our body's balance when it comes to our hormones and our organs, understanding how they're impacted, but also getting to the root cause of the issues that we're having going on, so that way we can help fix them, correct them, and reverse what we have when it comes to whether it's fatigue, inflammation, excess weight gain, hormone imbalances just overall with PMSing or irregular cycles, and etc. And knowing how and where sickness is coming from and where it's stemming from and how it's manifesting and staying alive inside of you. So the topic for today we're going to be talking about is for us understanding why the all or nothing mentality is keeping you sick. It's keeping you away from your health goals, how it's not helping you be able to accomplish getting to the root cause, and staying in a sustainable, healthy place. Because we have to get to a place where we feel calm inside. We don't feel that stress, that we feel like we're supported. We're giving our body permission to release the issues that we have going on, to revert back to a space that it is safe and that is not in fight or flight mode, so that we can balance our hormones, so we can get rid of the excess inflammation, so we can give it a support system that doesn't feel malnourished, but actually feels nourished to be able to accomplish the goals that we're looking for. And so if you are somebody who operates in a space that you have to have it perfect, it's all or nothing, that it's a tense space, because a lot of women are in this tense space. It's heavy, it's tiring, it's inflammatory, and it's overwhelming. You've tried diets, you're in a space of that you have to have it perfect, you have to have everything that's sweet or that is inflammatory out of your fridge. You have to have this mentality of everything has to be thrown away. I have to do this starting Monday. I can't start today because maybe I ate some cookies. You have this mindset that you have to be disciplined every single day, that you have to have motivation every single day, that if you're not already cutting things out, you can't be healthy and you can't change your ways. And it's exhausting. Like, truly, being hormonally off is already exhausting. And then on top of that, if you're struggling with cravings, if you have stress from work, if you're dealing with PMS, if you're dealing with overall just like sugar cravings and different type of mood swings, and then on top of that, you want to add on a diet and a restrictive diet that makes you believe that if you are not doing all of it today, all or nothing mindset, then you are doing it wrong and it's never going to work. This is putting a negative connotation not only on your health journey, but it goes deeper than just what your body is doing to you, because a lot of people feel like that their body is attacking them, that their body is working against them. They think that when you wake up and you have no energy in the morning, it's because that your body didn't rest even though you slept 10 hours, right? And you're blaming your body because you're like, well, I gave you 10 hours of sleep.
Yes. Something's wrong. So the queen could be injured. She may be dead. Okay.
Hold
I'll
on,
find out. I'm
y'all.
gonna shake him into a box and look for.
My iPad is literally playing audio and there's nothing on. I just closed it. Okay. It's acting weird. And so when you go through a process of you continuously showing the negative connotation, or rather subconsciously training yourself to believe these negative connotations around health. So you have to eat salads to be healthy. You have to calorie count, restrict, and starve yourself. You have to be completely uncomfortable. And if you don't have motivation every single day, you're not doing it correctly. You won't realize how stuck you are in a system, in a space that makes you feel tense, that makes you feel uncomfortable. Because we all know what it feels like to try something new and how uncomfortable that is, or to try something different and how uncomfortable it is. But you don't understand how much it hurts your journey to continuously be in a tense place that makes your body not feel safe. Telling your body and reiterating that it's all or nothing prevents you from actually being able to get the desired effect of reversing the issue that you have going on, because you were never designed to be in this all or nothing space. This throws off your nervous system, it throws off your hormonal system, and then overall tells your body you are not safe in when you are going through a change, whether it is a health change, whether it's a work change, whether it's a family change, a family dynamic change, whatever, you are reiterating to your body it is not safe when you are in a space of change. And do you see how this impacts every aspect of your life? Because I've talked about this before, of the fact that it's more than just getting healthy and losing weight and being healthy. It goes in every aspect of life, work, family, and etc. When you aren't giving yourself permission to take care of yourself and you don't feel safe within yourself. And this is a prime example of how, because it is going to throw off your nervous system. It's going to throw off your body's ability to be able to feel comfortable, to digest, to not have anxiety, to actually be calm, to have peace within yourself. And a lot of people don't have peace within themselves, especially right now in the current state that we are in society, when it comes to us eating terrible toxic foods that don't give us enough nourishment, us having enough issues when it comes to society, with funds, with work, if you're having issues with job applications, if you're having issues with you, whether it's a car or family members, just overall, we are in a stressful time as a society as a whole. And you don't see how this all or nothing mentality, when it comes to you taking care of your body, has thrown you off from actually participating in taking care of your body and being active in that space. It completely makes you not believe that you can take care of yourself and still enjoy life. Because that's not the truth. You can take care of yourself and enjoy life as well. Because as somebody who still eats sweets, because I make cinnamon rolls, I make banana bread, like I make cakes, I make cookies, like whatever I want to make, brownies, I can make these things. It's just a matter of understanding how to make them in a new space that doesn't completely throw off your system, that actually has things that give you nourishment in between you enjoying the foods that you're eating. Because a lot of people talk about the all or nothing mindset, just like how when I bring up being plant-based, this is a perfect example. Talking to somebody who's not plant-based or has never gone plant-based, and you talk to them, or somebody who's never eaten healthy, for example, and you talk to them about eating better, maybe cutting out certain things, and their first thought is, oh, I can never do that because I love cheese. I could never do that because I love milk. I could never do that because I love bacon. I could never do that because I love meat. And then you sit there and you're talking about the different things of like what you can add into their life and how you can change this, not necessarily have to cut out every single thing, because this is a non all or nothing mindset, but they have that negative connotation that it is all or nothing. That you can't enjoy a sweet and still be healthy. That you cannot have a bacon or a bacon alternative and enjoy your life and still have that bacon in your life. They have that mindset that you have to cut out every single meat as soon as you get ready to go plant-based, and you're going to hate the journey and you're going to be starving because what else are you going to eat? This is the all or nothing mindset that keeps you in this space of being sick. It keeps you in the same space where you want to escape from because this feels comfortable for you. It's not necessarily where you should be, but this is the comfortable norm for you. And so this is why I say that it makes it harder for you to change, for you to step out of your comfort zone when you're relying on motivation and you're relying on the all or nothing mindset. Because it's not possible for you to bridge that gap between learning what the root cause is and changing your behavior. Because you learn the root cause, you gain all the knowledge of what's going on, and then do nothing about it. That's the reason why you can tell everybody about how you have diabetes type 1, and you can tell everybody about what you can't eat and what you can eat with diabetes type 1, because you've done all the knowledge, but you're still unhealthy, you still haven't got your weight in check, and you're not reversing your diabetes. Do you see that disconnect of how when you have that all or nothing mindset and knowledge-based mindset, you get nothing done, nothing changes? And I know that a lot of women have that issue of you try new things, you try new habits, you try new foods, you try different things and they don't work and you quit. That also puts this negative connotation in your brain that goes, well, we're never going to stick with this, because it's not sustainable. Being healthy is not sustainable. But that's a lie you've told yourself because of the results that you've gotten in a space that is not sustainable. So you have to really bridge that gap and understand that it's not something that you're going to cliff dive into. You're not going to just all or nothing flip over and flip a switch and you're going to completely switch your life and be healthy one day when you decide that it's convenient. When you have that mindset of, I'm going to start Monday, I'm going to start January 1st, I'm going to start when the new year comes, I'm going to start right before summer, you are literally putting yourself in a procrastination place. That's what I'm going to say. And you're putting your motivation and discipline above the simple fact of you should have the knowledge and the mindset around how change happens, what is going on within your body, getting to the root cause, and then making a plan for action steps to take so that you can change. This is how you start to have structure, so that you don't have to be in a space that is restrictive, but instead in a space that is supportive. Because when you think that you have to cut out all the foods that you enjoy, and then you look around and you're like, well, what am I going to eat? And you look like that Will Smith meme that they post everywhere of him looking at the empty house when everybody had moved out. How do you think that makes you feel? Empty, less than, lacking something. And that's what you're telling your brain subconsciously. We don't have enough. We need to go into survival mode because we're going to be starving for a while. And we're not going to stay here for long. So when we do switch back, hold on to all the calories that we've already lost. Hold on to all the excess bloating and fat that we've tried to lose. You can lose the water weight now, maybe even lose 10, 20 pounds, but I'm going to gain it back in 10 months. I'm going to gain it back in 2 months. I'm going to gain it back when you finally decide that you're going to give me what I've been looking for, which is sugar, inflammatory foods, and all the other things you were eating before you started this keto, this paleo, this Weight Watchers, this Jenny Craig, this salad diet, whatever that you were doing, this juice cleanse that you swear up and down is going to change everything for you before you go out of town. This is how your nervous system learns not to trust you. But when you are in a space where you give it permission to trust you and get into structure instead of restricting, but support the body, your nervous system will change how it operates. Your hormones will change how they operate. Your habits will show and reflect how healthy you are internally. It's not just about going to the gym and losing a bunch of weight. It's about progressing yourself towards safety, not punishing yourself for being hungry and not punishing yourself for not having motivation today. Understanding that your symptoms are not random. They didn't just spark out of nowhere. You dealing with PMS, you dealing with fatigue, you having hormonal imbalances overall, the cravings that you're having, inflammation and the signs of inflammation, the weight gain. It's not random. It's not because your body decided that it was going to turn against you today or that it's never been on your side. It's about the fact that your body is undersupported and it's overworked. Too many women are overworking their body and are malnourished. Too many women think that they're thriving off of coffee and they're thriving off of no energy and limited amount of foods, and you're healthy because you're going to the gym, you're losing weight. I talk with clients who have been small, whether they are bigger than what they were before or that they are currently right now still in a space of being small. And skinny is the definition of what I don't want to use it, but I want you to paint the picture. They have been small all their life. And then they come and they work with me and they say the same thing. I thought I was healthy because I was skinny. I thought I was healthy because I was small. Everybody always told me I was small and I need to eat more. And I always thought that I was healthy because I was smaller. And then as they age, as they get older and these things start to catch up because their metabolism is slowing down, maybe they've had kids, maybe they have a number of hormonal issues that they've never been able to pinpoint, and they've never seen signs up until they hit a certain age, which is usually the time where you hit a second puberty in life. Now they're talking about how they're hormonally dysfunctional, how they've gained all this weight, how they're not healthy, they have fatigue, they're having numbers of different issues that women who are bigger have issues with as well. So this is what I mean by when I say it's not tailored to exactly how you look externally. It's about what you're experiencing internally, why these symptoms are happening, because they're not random. Regardless of what size you are externally, small, big, medium size, whatever it is, if you are not supporting your organ system inside, your liver, your pancreas, your kidneys, your gut, your brain, you are going to be dysfunctional. And these aren't separate systems that you tackle. Oh, I'm going to help my gut with a gut supplement, or I'm going to take a brain supplement. These are all impacted by the foods that you eat. They are all overstimulated and overworked by the foods that you eat. They are all thrown off by the foods that you eat. So when you are eating things outside of what your body is naturally needing and craving, especially if you are a woman and you are not eating according to your cycle phases, you are not going to be able to absorb nutrients properly. You are going to be having excess hormones running through your body. So excess estrogen, for example, your blood sugar is going to be thrown off. You're going to be having different issues with your insulin. You're going to be having issues with your stress hormones being pumped more rapidly because you're going to have high cortisol in a state where your gut is off, your liver is off, your pancreas is off. When your brain is pumping out all of these stress hormones, it attacks the adrenal glands first, because the adrenal glands are where androgens, for example, and estrogen and progesterone, stress hormones, natural hormones, reproductive hormones, are told that you are either safe or you are not safe. You need more, you need less. And androgens is a specific type of stress hormone that triggers testosterone. It triggers just like the male hormone of testosterone. And this is why so many women have the issue of like chin hairs, masculine features starting to happen to them, different like skin darkening. This is what happens when you throw off your internal system and don't make the connection of what's happening with the symptoms that you're experiencing. And over years of you having this overworked, undersupported body, you are going to be continuously feeding the inflammation that you have going on because you haven't gotten to the root cause. Inflammatory foods, processed foods, animal fats, sugars, all these foods are depleting your body's nourishment. They're depleting your body and putting you in a stressed out state. This stressed out state is going to cause your body to go into survival mode. Survival mode is when you have way too high cortisol or your cortisol has hit the all-time low and your body's trying to keep you alive. And so then now you're having survival mode symptoms, which look like fatigue, anxiety, weight gain, hormonal imbalances, cravings. You having the issues of inflammation. You having dysregulation in your cycle. Your blood sugar's all over the place. So now you're having the issue of maybe now you are insulin resistant or develop diabetes. Your body is not failing you at this point where it's giving you all these survival mode symptoms. It's telling you it is on survival mode. It's needing your help and it has no structure and it has no support. It's telling you it's overworked. And you have to see the signs to understand why this is happening. Because when you get to the root of how it's happening and understand why it's happening, then you can start to lessen things. Then you can start to work with yourself and not have the all or nothing mindset, but understanding that it's small little habit changes that help you get the big results later on. Knowing that when your liver stops being overworked, guess what? Now it's going to be able to expel toxins and stop storing them inside of your fat cells. So you know what this means? Now you're going to get slim. Now you're going to get slimmer, because just because you go plant-based does not mean you're going to be the skinniest thing ever. As somebody who's been plant-based for 5 years, my goal wasn't to be the skinniest thing ever. My goal was to be healthy. Even when I went plant-based, yes, I wanted to lose weight. And in that connotation of me losing weight, I realized it was about being healthier. It wasn't just, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds. Because if that was the case, I would have met that goal years ago and went back to doing what I was doing. My understanding was, I don't want to keep poisoning myself and doing this up and down roller coaster of not knowing why my body's acting this way, going back to the doctor, not getting enough results, and then going back and forth. So what did I do? I started to understand why my body was giving me these symptoms. Started to understand how when the pancreas is thrown off, this is your blood sugar regulator. So if you have dysregulation inside of your pancreas, you're leading yourself down a path of having diabetes. When you are having an issue inside the gut throws off your brain because your brain and your gut are directly connected. So if your gut pH is not high enough, if it's not healthy enough, guess what? You're not absorbing nutrients the way that you should be. So guess what? Now the brain is lacking nutrients to pump out to every other organ. So guess what the brain is going to do? Panic attacks, anxiety, depression. Do you see where all of these symptoms are stemming from? The brain tells you in many different forms that it's not working. But society has told you to diminish them, to ignore them, to not listen to the symptoms, not pinpoint where they're coming from, because you can manage it with a prescription. Why would you keep helping something stay alive when you can get rid of it? Like, that's a genuine question to ask yourself. If you know that you can reverse what you have going on, because plenty of people have done it. There are women out here who aren't dealing with hormonal imbalances. There are women who are out here who had hormonal imbalances and fixed them. There are women out here who had diabetes and got rid of it. Why are you still dealing with the same issues if you were following the same regimen as everybody else, but that is normal and it's not working for you? But people tell you that they've gone plant-based, they're eating healthier, they tried more plant-based foods, and it helped them be able to reverse a number of different things. They cut out certain meats, they cut out dairy, and they helped themselves within 3 months of them maybe doing a cleanse, doing a fast. They helped themselves be able to reverse issues. Why are you still dealing with the same diabetes, high blood pressure? When you're following the Jenny Craig, the Weight Watchers, the keto, the paleo, whatever diet regimen, eating salads, you sitting here doing a juice cleanse for a week. Why are you dealing with the same issues? Because you're following diet culture. And diet culture has never taught you how to stabilize and regulate the body. It has never taught you a structure that allows you to slow down and give your body support to feel safe within you. That's why all or nothing fails, because that's what diet culture teaches you, the all or nothing mindset. You cannot heal in a space where your body does not feel safe and it continuously is waiting for the next dig, the next hit. It's continuously waiting for the next stimulation that throws off your body. It's a continuous space of constantly putting your body in shock. But when you support the body, your cycle regulates. Your estrogen, it lowers itself, it balances itself. Whatever you are needing, it helps. Your progesterone balances itself. Your insulin stabilizes. You actually allow yourself to understand what is going on in your body, to hear the symptoms that is being shown, and guess what? Reverse them and fix them. Because the issue that a lot of people are having, I see your comment, you said that you have type 1 diabetes. A lot of people have the issue, especially women, we have the issue of not understanding our cycle phases. Do you realize that during your cycle phases, there are 4 phases of your cycle? You have a specific cycle phase that you are going to be more likely to be insulin resistant, and they don't teach us this. So then we wonder why we develop diabetes by 30, 40, and 50 when you've been throwing off your body since you've been menstruating, because you go through a more insulin resistant time. And so when you know your cycle phases and you understand how this impacts you and how you should be eating for these cycle phases, you won't be eating sugar all throughout the time where you're craving sugar right before your cycle, which is going to throw off your insulin. But they don't teach us this, because you know why? If we knew these things, we would know how to eat for our body, and we know how to take care of our body, and we wouldn't need diet culture. Because diet culture doesn't teach you sustainable habits. They teach you to take care of your body 1 month, take care of your body next month, and then quit in 3 months or 2 weeks or whatever time frame. Because as somebody who did a diet for 6 months and was feeling good, was losing weight, was working out twice a day, was told by so many people, you look great, you're doing good, keep going. And I stopped. And all the negative thoughts came back because all the weight came back. You're not doing it right. You suck at this. Your body hates you. All the things that came with you not having changed habits. But when your lifestyle changed, as somebody who has been plant-based for 5 years, and I can say when I first started going plant-based, I wasn't in the gym. I wasn't working out. I was barely getting up. I was walking, but that was about it. And I'm like, now, like I walk, I'll do my workouts, whatever it is, but I'm not in the gym. And I never was in the gym. And I was seeing differences and changes in my body just from the foods that I was eating. And I wasn't starving myself. I wasn't hungry all day. But I started to understand how important it is for you to eat more fruits, eat more vegetables, eating plant-based foods. Because these come from the earth for a reason. It's not just because there is vegetation here for you to eat and the government restricts you because you don't have fruit accessible and vegetables accessible everywhere there's vegetation. You get oxygen and hydration that goes on deeper to a cellular level when you are eating foods from the earth, because it literally has a different nutritional set because it's natural. They cannot mimic it. I talked about this in my last live about artificial and natural flavors. It will be posted on Tuesday, that live. So this is what I mean. I'm not going deeper into that. If you want to check that out, it'll be on YouTube next week. Go check out my YouTube. Go subscribe. It goes deeper than them just trying to mimic mankind and mimic everything, because them adding fiber and nutrients back into your food and marketing to you as, oh, this is a fiber rich food is not a coincidence. They cannot mimic man-made, they cannot mimic natural fiber. Man-made fiber is not absorbed through the body correctly. And do you understand that man-made fiber, since it's not absorbed, it's stored inside of your fat cells? So that means you are not getting enough fiber to use the bathroom appropriately every single day. You do understand that not going to the bathroom on a regular basis causes estrogen dominance, causes colon cancer. You are backed up, so now you have issues inside the gut. This throws off your digestion. This is going to throw off your blood sugar. This is going to throw off your blood pressure. It is deeper than you just getting a laxative and going to the bathroom and doing a cleanse at least a couple times a year. It's deeper than that. And they know that. And that's the reason why they're having to add all this fiber and iron and whatever vitamin C, A that they're adding back into your food. Because if it's natural food, they're not going to have to add it back into it. Natural flavors, artificial flavors, they're the same. You have to dive deeper into what the marketing is and why they're marketing it to you. Why this is a selling point. Just like how Cheerios was a heart healthy cereal and that was their selling point. And you see how they stopped doing that commercial? It's not a coincidence that they stopped doing that commercial. Do you know that they were sued? They were sued by, I want to say it was like, I don't want to know if it was I don't know who it is, but somebody in the food industry sued them because of the ingredients that are inside of the Cheerios. The Cheerios actually hurt your heart more than help them. I think it was something with the medical society. I'm not too for sure, but they lied. Cheerios is not a heart healthy cereal. It actually hurts your heart and gives you high blood pressure and heart disease. So when I tell you that the whole mindset of not understanding what they're doing and the whole diet culture mantra and marketing, it's done well for a reason. And that's the reason why they make so much money and they continuously do diets and continuously make something new of this new diet for you to try. But it doesn't make your nervous system feel safe. And so it's the same thing when you're thinking that you have to do it perfect, that everything in your diet has to be perfect. Everything has to be aligned for you to be able to start taking care of yourself. It creates panic. You're creating panic within your body, and your hormones need to respond to a safe space. Your gut needs you to be consistently giving it nutrients. But when you're not doing that, you are making your body feel like you are punishing it. And so in return, you get all of these different symptoms. So guessing games don't work. You need to know how to eat for your cycle phases. You need to know what to eat for your cycle phases, when to eat for your cycle phases, when to eat these foods for your cycle phases. You need to understand how to stabilize your blood sugar with every single thing that you are eating, learning how stabilizers support you every single day. Because if you aren't stabilizing your blood sugar the way that you should be, then you are going to develop insulin resistance. Every time you eat and you do not stabilize your blood sugar, you are throwing off your hormones. When you are sitting here in a space where your nervous system does not feel safe within you, does not feel calm, you are not able to rebuild structure that allows you to have balance with your nutrients. So then in return, all it does is just pump out chaotic hormones. So if you are looking for a space where you can stop playing the guessing games, where you can rebuild your nervous system, you can help support your nutrients and get your nutrients absorbed every single day, stabilize your blood sugar, understand how to support the body in releasing and detoxing according to your cycle phases, understanding how to stabilize your blood sugar, knowing what to eat for your cycle phases. You're going to have to wait until March until I start my next program, but I do have my not my balance body program, my one-on-one session. And if you get the one-on-one right now, you do get a bonus with that one-on-one session that is going to give you my foundation to a plant-based eating masterclass. This masterclass is going to break down exactly what is happening with your food, why it's so important for you to eat more plant-based foods, giving you the backstory of how I've changed, as well as giving you the foundation to start making you a plan for you to change this for your health. Because we are in a space where you have to start changing and mapping out how you are going to balance your body so that you stop experiencing these symptoms. Have healthy habits that are sustainable. Learn how to cycle sync and learn how to release stress. Because we're going to be able to touch a little bit on cycle syncing, but I'm not going to be able to teach you all cycle syncing within a 1 hour session. So that's the reason why we're also giving you that foundation to a plant-based masterclass that is going to support you. And that rest of that coaching call is going to be based on what you have going on, tailored to you, understanding what is going on inside of your body and how your body is working with you and not against you by giving you these symptoms to show you how to get back to being healthy. So stop feeling stuck within yourself. Understand that it's about how you impact your health, not about all or nothing. It's about the small little changes that you make that allow you to be able to be healthy. So if you guys have any questions, please drop any questions that you have down below. If you're watching this later on YouTube, don't forget to drop any questions that you have in the comments. I do respond. And don't forget to subscribe. Share the video and like it with anybody. And if you are here on TikTok right now, if you have not checked out my YouTube, I post all of my past lives on YouTube, as well as go check out my Wellness Wednesday playlist. That I mean my Wellness Wednesday email list. That is going to help you be able to not only get plenty of tips and tricks from me every single Wednesday, but also you are up to date with all the different things that I have that are going on that I cannot get out as immediate as I can with posting or going live here on TikTok. I guess we're out of the blue with them taking TikTok away from us. I don't know exactly what's going on with that. I haven't heard anything. But if just in case, I don't know, make sure you're following me on other socials. Make sure you have my email list. You'll know exactly where we are, what we're doing, where we're going. I'm not seeing any questions, so I'm going to hop off. I hope this life has impacted you positively. I hope it has helped you. If you are new here and don't know, I do practice the Sabbath every single week. I take Saturday, sundown Friday off, all the way to sundown Saturday, so I will be back on Sunday. I appreciate you for being here. I try to go live at least 3 times a week. If you're on my email list, you will know when I go live. I hope that you have an amazing weekend. Be safe. I hope this has impacted you positively to make any positive choices this weekend towards your health. And I am out, y'all. Peace. I will see you guys in the next one.